Okay. Let's share screen. See that okay, Jim?
Yeah.
All right, good. Move it down here. There we go. Okay, anybody want to start? All right, Paula.
This is actually a real close-up of the flower that I had, but I rotated it and called it at the helm because it's my little alien sitting.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of fun.
Paula, can I comment on that?
Absolutely, anybody.
Absolutely beautiful. I would just put your signature on the other side.
Okay.
Is that valid?
Oh, yeah.
Because it interferes with the flower.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but absolutely beautiful.
I'd like to see it rotate 90 degrees to the left.
So it's vertical, yeah.
Give it almost
Oops.
head. No, just one too many. I like that. Or upside, yeah, the other way.
Oh, this way upside down?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like, a head or an abstract,
Mhm.
a ram's head or.
Looks like a falcon sitting.
Yeah, it does look like a falcon sitting there, doesn't it? Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Almost looks like some of the Star Trek symbols for the different races and yeah. Ferengis, yeah, right. Cool.
Whatever you want it to be.
There you go. Wow. This guy's seen some weather.
I put it into stylize and you can select fine image lines where it will turn it into a backdrop. So that's what I did with this one.
Mhm.
And I darkened up the tree a little bit. The only thing I wasn't sure of was whether I should darken the leaves up on the upper right. I mean, lighten up,
Mm,
but
I don't know.
I like the tree.
Yeah.
The tree was like that. It was just.
I'd like to see AI turn it into a square knot or something.
It's almost there already. Yeah, geez. You could almost do a retouching, you can pull some of this back and, twist, intersect these and, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. I like your color palette. That worked out nice.
This is another photo of a flower that I had taken earlier. I zoomed in real tight, cleaned up the front, and then I posterized it.
Mm-hmm.
So that,
Back to the 60s. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Very colorful, very graphic.
None of you guys were from the 60s.
Nah.
No.
If you remember anything, you didn't have enough fun, right? Okay.
And this, if you remember back a few, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I showed a picture of a dome. Well, again, this is.
Oh, right, yeah.
Close-up of the dome.
Mhm.
And about the center of it, and texturize it, and put a little color in.
I really like the way the palette changes around.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it goes from blues to
Excellent,
greens
Paul.
to orange and
Excellent.
yeah, that's great.
And this is actually a picture of a rock. I changed the color palette on.
Mhm.
So I would like the flowing face up near the top a little bit. That's some texture.
Looks like you had a signature up here. That didn't go away. Or something happened to it.
That corner is distracting for me. The rest of it really works.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or even a little more, so get rid of that, or just touch it out. Yeah, there we go.
It's got that kind of a Van Gogh starry night swirl to it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Holy mountain. Sorry.
yeah, it does kind of look like a section of a mountain.
Yeah.
Looks like a bear head, to me.
See what I mean?
Calling out.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks. All right, well, let's go down to Tim and then we'll go back up to the top.
These are, I guess, abstract photos in just a real general sense, perhaps.
Uh-huh.
And, the idea with this photo is, with the head of the bird, there's actually two ways you can look at it. You know, the top of the head, you look to the right or to the left. And so, that was, I was kind of fond of that.
I like that. Was he cleaning his beak off or something?
He's rubbing his beak off, but
Yeah.
he's, the top of his head in reality is the bottom left.
Oh, okay.
But it appears to be twisted to the right,
Uh-huh.
and, I kind of like it because you can sort of look at it two different ways, and so it makes me linger on it to see which way I'm gonna interpret it.
Mm-hmm. I like the color palette. It's working well. I like the textures in the background too. Yeah, yeah.
This is another one where there's textures in the background. They give it sort of another dimension.
Mm-hmm. Was this a piece you brought in, or is this an effect to get that texture?
This one I used, there's a filter, there's a program called LightX. It's not very expensive.
Latex. No,
It's,
I'm not
you know,
familiar.
There's some, it's kind of, you have to dig around in it because there's a lot of stuff in there that's makes your photos look sort of plastic or cartoonish, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But then they have like some art textures.
Well, I like the fact that, there's no real rhyme or reason to the textures. They look more humanly painted.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like an oil,
Mhm. Mhm.
heavy oil that's been,
Yeah,
not the brush, but the.
yeah, palettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, palette knife, yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Very cool.
I like the coolness of the, under the wings and,
Mhm.
and the way you tied it in the earth tones. It's nice.
This is another one that's sort of like abstract like, I guess. And I don't know if I quite captured it, but with a lot of like wading birds, for example, egrets and herons, they kind of contort their head in a way to where you still have that same look where you don't know which side is up.
Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
I tried to play into that, be into that.
yeah, especially when they're preening like that.
Mhm.
I would maybe try and soften your edge a little bit on your mask.
Yeah.
So it blends a little better.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of this black and white background rather than something a little more organic? How do you feel about that?
I'd rather see something like what he did in that hummingbird just before.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
It-
Maybe the textures don't have to be as strong, but maybe this color palette's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Just the thought. Oh, that's fun.
This one, you might expect another bird picture, but he's flying through sort of an otherworldly sky. And he's making his way on journey somewhere.
Mhm.
So I sort of like the dead space at the top and the bottom, but I'm sure that
Beam me up, Scott.
oh yeah, yeah, and,
Well, I like the fact that he's at the beginning of his journey rather than
Yes.
yeah.
on his way, and I like what's going on here. Yeah, It's interesting.
Reminds me of that smoke that we saw last.
Mm. Yep.
This is like an older photo on my best bill and fond of it. It's and he was standing there, looked like he was on the runway, you know,
Mhm.
runway pose and stuff. Like that on abstract.
Yeah, I'd probably tighten him up, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe even get rid of some of this dark down here. Yeah. Yeah. And then you don't catch that repeat quite as much. I'm seeing, which was what I was talking about, that kind of filter effect rather than a human being. I like whatever program you're using to get those other strokes because they look more realistic
Yeah.
than this. But I think to avoid that, yeah, you certainly can, just crop it out. And
Yeah.
I think it helps. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Well, you know what, Daryl, let me do you before I forget.
Well, these are pretty much all found images. Just
Yeah, one of them's,
undefined.
oh, I see. Hang on. Let's quit one of these.
Oh, one's Photoshop.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to change it.
Yeah, no biggie. You know what? We'll take all these first.
Don't worry about it.
Well, here,
Just
we'll do this.
Just delete.
No, it's okay. We can look at it this way. I don't even have to open Photoshop. We'll start with that. Like that. That's good
So
fun.
it's just tree bark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of looks like a gator. This.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Oh, Kim's here. Kim, did you get in? I don't see her. I hit admit, right? Hmm. All right. All right, so we'll open the rest of these up. She try again if she didn't make it. All right. There we go.
Like I say, these are all found images. The one right after that is the original. That shouldn't even be in there, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Before I cropped and
Mhm.
changed some contrast.
Ah, okay.
Anyway, it's just the garage roof. There was a puddle of water, and that was the reflection in the puddle of water. I thought it was very abstract.
Yeah, interesting though, with the edge.
Yes, it's because of the texture.
Texture of the floor.
It's a rubberized commercial type. It's got some fiber running through it.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Hmm.
I liked what was going on. I just
Yeah,
thought
that's
the
fun.
shapes were interesting.
You see if I got Kim's number. I might have knocked her out by accident. I'm not sure I did, but let's see here.
She said she was on a system with no video and no audio.
Oh, so she can hear.
Yeah,
Okay, we just can't see her.
yeah.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
can.
I can. All right. Good enough. Well,
Delete that. Or just skip
yeah,
it.
we'll just skip it.
Paint, obviously, dried paint. And not a liked even the texture of the plywood
Mhm.
behind the paint. It was,
Yeah, it's,
and the edge, the very edge, the way,
Mhm.
yeah, how it kind of bleeds
mhm.
the color.
Yeah, it's interesting the way it overlaps and,
It has some interesting
Mhm.
talent to it too.
yeah.
It's like it, and I didn't do it. It kind of fades down, or it's lighter on top and heavier on the bottom.
Mhm.
I actually tried to even it out, but then it looked funky because of the background colors, and I'm like, nah, I like it, what the hell.
No, I like it. It gives it a little more depth too, and it's going on inside all these as well. I think part of it's lighting. I like these little shapes that are going on though.
Right,
Yeah,
that was what
they're-
attracted me to it, was all.
Yeah. Oops, nooks and crannies.
That's good.
Right there. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, now we'll move.
Figure it out.
You don't have to, it's abstract. But, yeah, it looks like through some kind of cloth or motion. Yeah. I like the colors. I've got a pretty funny one I'll show you at the end, through some cloth too. Alrighty, and then,
That was taken up at, Monument Valley.
oh,
That's really cool.
I like that.
And it was, if I had put my finger in red, it would have, made an imprint.
Mhm.
It was still just a little bit,
Congealing, yeah.
but again, the palette just loved it in all the cracks.
Mm. And there's no scale there. It could be,
Yeah,
it could be on a
exactly. You don't
canyon.
need it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it really isn't that big. It's less than 12 inches.
Right.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I like
the
that.
design in the red.
Mhm.
It's like you took a knife or something and
And, yeah,
redesigned the.
stippled it
Pumpkin
in.
pie that dried out.
Yeah. It was like that accidental murder case where, yeah, he ran into my knife 20 times. Yeah, gotcha.
And that looks soft. But it's the, frost on, we have a Trex deck there that's plastic,
Mhm.
and the ice crystals go up on it.
I was going to say it looks familiar.
Yeah. So there's a
I
little,
thought it looked like,
there's a little bit of grain in the background.
Yeah, you can see, and a screw or something here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Don?
I was gonna say, that looks like home.
It looks like, oh, my, yeah,
That looks very
yeah,
familiar.
yeah. I'm glad it's not recently familiar for me. I don't do cold very well. You
That's it.
guys know. All right, that's it, boy. I just touch this mouse, it jumps all over here. Okay. Well, thank you much. Let me go back to, Camera Club and eject that. There you go. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, I guess we'll go down. Yeah, we got everything at the bottom, right? Yeah, all right.
So this is one you guys have seen before, so
Mhm.
the image directly below that is where this originated from.
Mhm.
That's it right there. But if you rotate that image, if you go down to that other one again, go down to the original one again, and rotate it.
With
Right around 90 degrees.
90?
Yeah, no, 180. So that it's
180.
reversed one more time.
There we go.
Yeah, so And then you'd have to actually flip it in this.
Flip it that
But
way.
it's-
Gotcha.
But it's, so what you're looking at in this one is the reflection,
Mhm.
from that.
Oh, yeah. So that's why you're getting all this. Gotcha.
Just to explain.
Got it.
And anyway, and then it has a Van Gogh effect on it. So originally it was designed to be inverted like the way it was in the other one. But the sky, the way it came in, and the reflection in the water, the way it came in, just looked like the sky, right? So I flipped it.
There you go.
Do the same thing that was suggested on the other, is move your signature to the other corner of
I
this
just-
one, because you can't see it.
Keep mine.
You keep it in the same place every time, I know.
Yeah.
Do, but
Yeah.
you can't see it.
Well, either that or, you
I
know,
left mine at the pond, just in case.
well, an old trick we used to do in advertising is you put a layer between the background and the signature and you just kind of darken that area.
Okay.
So the type pops, because if you got something that's got different textures and things, it's hard to read the type. Yeah, especially when you got a big block of it and it's going through a picture. So we used to go back there and darken or lighten areas to make
Or you
it,
can
make
make
it
it
work.
smaller and drop it down in that blue area.
Yeah, that's true too.
And it's really not a big thing for me, I just.
Yeah.
Throw it on all of them.
And you'd probably do it in export in Lightroom, right? Yeah, so it's kind of a pan that butt to fudge it around. Yeah, you'd have to do it in Photoshop to achieve that. Okay.
Butterfly I took right outside the back door. A while ago. And it's just, it was obviously done in topaz somewhere.
Mhm.
Uh,
He
Looked
hit
like
the
he went through
window
a
and
windstorm.
you hit the window and you scotch taped it back together.
There you go. Yeah, that does look like Scotch tape, doesn't
I
it?
just love the way the colors come in.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm kind of
I'm
thinking,
not so sure what the background color though is. That is red, there's red brick behind that, so that's
Uh-huh.
where that came from. I was wondering whether to change that.
I don't know, you can play around with it, certainly. See if we can separate it easily.
You know, just go into the white balance there and just.
Yeah, or just play around with hue. Well, it's about 10 times slower than it is at the house. I don't know if it just needs to get out or what. There we go. I don't know what that's about. Oh. Oh, I hit Lightroom instead of, that's why.
It's not, I don't even know why you have like.
Yeah, it doesn't need Lightroom. Never mind. All right. My bad. There we go. So we use Camera Raw instead of Lightroom. Basically the same thing. So let's go in there and just select the background and see what happens here. All right, so we're going to go in our little selective. Boy, this mouse, I better make it less sensitive or something. All right, select background. Let's see if we got it. Close enough. Okay. There you go. Yeah. Well, you could take it that way. Yeah, and change the saturation a bit. And
You
of
know,
course,
it worked pretty good one of your backgrounds, I think.
yeah, and then you could, cool it down or warm it up, depending what you want to do here with your color.
Yeah.
Get a little greener or redder.
No, no.
Yeah. So that's easy enough to fix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's thinking, well. Go back here, move to the next one.
Yeah, you guys must have seen this for a few times, but it's, all this Fibonacci spiral.
I love that one, Alan.
It's a cell phone shot. And, obviously it's a spiral staircase, so,
Mhm.
yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know if cropping this might help a little or not. Just the
Probably the reason why I cropped it the way it was, because I got the spiral starting right at the corner.
yeah,
Yeah.
Much like that.
yeah. Yeah, that could work too. Move Jim for a second. Yep, there you go. Okay.
And this is the Louvre, Paris. And, it's, not sure, I think it's a Monet, effect
Mhm.
of the image that I took. And I just felt the way it came out, all these peoples. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm liking the strokes again.
This is images, again, that's in Paris, a street scene, and it's called the Adamski effect. So
Mhm.
you zero in on the subject, and then you just blur everything else in.
I almost wonder what it'd be like without him.
Without him, really.
Yeah. Let's see here. This.
So I put this in for a competition,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't accepted because it was 5 pixels over the limit.
Yeah. Don't crap it. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, that is quite aggravating. 5 pixels.
Everything has a tolerance, right? You hear plus or minus or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, I kind of like it like that.
that's actually not bad.
So Sandy, how would you fix something like that? What the problem Alan ran into?
Just crop 5
I just
pixels off.
Made the mistake of,
Crop the pixels out?
Yeah.
You mean just cut something out of the picture?
Yeah, or make it smaller.
For me, it's smaller.
Yeah.
5 pixels. I mean,
5 pixels. Jeez, pretty picky.
Yeah.
So Sandy, when you just took out that figure,
Mm.
did it lower the pixel?
No,
No?
it's the dimension of it.
Yeah, so if you go into image here and you go to size, you could do it there. And we go by pixels instead of inches, you can see, maybe you want it 1395 or whatever, you can just tell it that you want it that much, 395, and it'll reduce it that much. So now it'll be this dimension up here, 1390 by 1046. If you unlink these, like say you just wanted to chop something off, you could do it that way too. Or it wouldn't chop it off, it would actually stretch or shrink it by those 5 pixels, which might not be enough to worry about, seeing any distortion on an overall scale of something big enough. Yeah. So that's another option.
Number they wouldn't cross.
Yeah, and then the other option would be to just go in and crop it, and just move this over just a little bit. You see the number count on the right? Yeah, so you do something like that.
I think this one should be called Earthquake.
There you go. That'll work, Jim.
I call it Paris in the rain.
Paris in the rain. Okay. Yeah, so that's how you do that too. Okay. Is that it? Yeah. All right. Thanks. welcome back. All right, Dave, you're up.
Okay. Okay, abstracts. Here is an abstract of Spanish grill work down on Hollywood Boulevard. There's lots of this in Hollywood. Lots of grill work, lots of Castilian designs and Art Deco as well on Hollywood Boulevard. So this is just an image abstraction of the whole scene.
Mhm.
And nice time of day with shadows and different shapes, colors. Obviously, you can see it was sunny.
I like what's going on here with
Yeah, the
the
color.
fact you're using it kind of bleeds around the shadows. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. I'm wondering how this would look. Yeah. Or maybe that way. No, I think that way might work.
You know, Sandy, we're talking about my work is always running up and downhill sideways. You know, I can really see it on a big screen like this. You know, the thing is, I'm holding my camera out in space.
Right.
I don't have it on my face stabilizing it.
Well, even on my face, I do it all the time. So
Yeah.
yeah, you just there's
Like all my pictures are just off
Yeah.
vertical, off
yeah.
horizontal.
Well, you're cropping them anyway, so you can just do a little rotation
Yeah,
to straighten them
little
out.
rotation.
Now, of course, if you're not square to it, it's going to distort this way or this
Yeah.
way. You know,
Then you have to cut more, but that's.
depending on if you're perpendicular or parallel. Your lens's plane is perpendicular, and your focal plane is parallel. Or you get this way or this way, it's going to distort. So yeah, and if you go up and down, it's going to go this way. So keystoning, yeah. So yeah, there's a lot to square up to get it perfect. So that's why, especially if you don't have a tripod and you're on a run and gun, you just kind of take care of it in editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another interesting design. This was down in Tubac.
Mm.
One of these shoot out the car window shots. Stop, I gotta see that. Really brightly colored painted trim, and it was so interesting. I just shot this right out the car window. It's very catty-waggy, nothing straight.
I like this one.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah,
That's fine. You've anchored it over here pretty well, so I think the rest is forgivable.
that's a good abstract.
Yeah, I like the
shadows.
shapes of the shadows. Yeah,
Mysterious shadows.
yeah.
That is intriguing. to
Could
me.
be an old flintlock or something.
All because
fun.
there was a very annoying part of that shadow that I took it out.
Okay.
With the eraser.
Yep.
It was disturbing the composition, so I just kept it in that column there.
Well, that works.
Yeah, it worked. Okay, here's an abstract design derived from patio furniture. How about that? So this is just one of those patio tables and the shadows, and I cropped it in.
I like the way the shadow finishes the shape of the table.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's fun.
a lot about the shadows and the shapes.
Yeah.
Color.
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, here's an interesting abstract. It's kind of like an abstract expressionist painting. This is the crosshatch chrome on the side of a soda can dispenser.
Oh, okay.
And if I think everyone's probably thinking about Pepsi Cola, right? That's definitely Pepsi, right? So,
Just like a diamond plate pattern. Yeah.
Sandy, on this one, I did straighten the bottom
Yep.
because it was so catty-waggy, it was disturbing. We took the handle
Mhm.
and moved it 1 degree.
Yeah.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
1
It
degree.
doesn't take much most of the time.
Yeah,
Good.
What I thought is like the steel plating
Truck.
on a truck, and it was.
For a loading dock
Aluminum, yeah.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It was a reflection of flag in that.
or something. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like that old diamond plate, skid plate, whatever
Mhm.
different people call it. Yeah. Different names, but yeah, I like it. Yeah. I like it.
Okay, I call this one Parasol Swirl. This is a Japanese rice paper umbrella. It's an antique. I observed that in Cannery Row in Monterey. It was perched up high in an antique mall. Sun coming through the paper. And I cropped it into an abstract setting.
Mhm.
Very cool.
Showed her abstract design. It kind of reminded me of this
Yeah.
spiraling thing.
Spiral with the circle in the center. Yeah.
I like the blue in the middle.
Well, I like the fact that it's not in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, offset.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would chop off a little tiny bit on the bottom and get rid of that distraction.
Oh, get rid of this. Yeah, either that or just
Think
do
it
it.
would hurt the composition of the spiral, even though you lose it, it doesn't, it still flows.
You can just erase that. and
It's just
keep
so
the style.
close, Daryl, to the red color.
Yeah, or just do a remove on it or something.
Yeah, maybe remove.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, because he keeps a square format. That's his style. So. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Let's go to Dave Erickson.
Okay, what is it?
Fire tree, yeah, fire sign.
You know,
It's just a, yeah, a burned out stump.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a natural abstract without doing anything to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what if he came in? Yeah, that's nice.
White border's pretty strong.
Yeah, it is.
I like the way you got it, but I also like that crop thing part there at the bottom there.
Mhm. Kind of reminds me of that technique they use in Japan where they burn the wood so it stays weatherproof. Can't remember the name of it, but it's really pretty.
Yeah, that stump has been there probably for
Yeah.
100 years.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is bristlecone pine up in the high country of California.
Mhm.
And I put a topaz filter on it called Georgia O'Keeffe.
Ah, okay. It's got a nice movement to it.
Yeah, the roots up there are just bright orange and pretty cool.
Mhm.
This is another root, bristlecone root, but this one has a heavy topaz filter on it.
I really like this one.
amazing.
Yeah, this one's, yeah, like a fire at night. Yeah,
Burn.
yeah.
Another bird.
And the Verno.
That years after.
Uh,
This is just a sandstone wall
uh-huh.
on the cliff face, and I thought it had that old world map look to it,
Oh, yeah.
like maybe Europe, you got little,
Mhm. Yeah.
stump in a Oregon rainforest, a lot of moss on it, provided the green color. This has a topaz also, Georgia O'Keeffe.
It almost looks like a lizard of some kind. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I like this one a lot. I think that's my favorite of the bunch. Well, nice. Good take on nature. Okay. Let's go to Don.
Hey, this is the, fuel mixing chamber and exhaust part of the intercontinental ballistic missile. Okay.
Oh,
I got that same picture.
Do you?
Is that from the
And I
Titan
made it in
Museum?
black and white, and I put a green filter on it, which really brought out the burn chamber,
Mhm.
and then put a white vignette around it.
Was this from the Titan missile?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I remember seeing that.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice take on it.
And I made it all, the original was, the mixing chamber was dead center, and I put it up in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, yeah, I think that helps. Well, it looks like it's heading somewhere.
Like that, all the radiant lines coming in.
Yeah, kind of like it's leaving warp or something. Yeah, hyperspace. Nice.
And this is in Monte Carlo, one of the walks along the edge of the Mediterranean, looking down on the rocks. And I just shot to the motion of the water. This is just the way the picture come out,
Mhm.
shooting through the water.
Yeah, I like the way the motion's working on that. It's amazing how rocky the beaches are.
It is, they don't know what sand is.
No, it's not Caribbean.
And this is the capillaries, I call them capillaries anyway, on a cactus.
Hmm.
We was out on a hike, and the skin of the cactus was peeling off. And I just kind of laid it back and just exposed all those.
Wow.
Yeah.
Neat.
And I made it a black and white. Didn't do any real manipulation to it, just kind of crisped it up. And,
Mhm. So it was pretty high key to begin with.
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Thank you. And this is bad water. In California, the desert, my mind just drawing a blank. Death Valley.
Ah, gotcha.
I was up on a ridge looking down into in what they call the bad water area.
is that the Salton Sea, Don?
No.
No, Death Valley is further up.
This is just the white lighter stuff is water, and the rest of it just stain, and the colors, the area stuff that works,
Mhm.
But when you say bad water, I was thinking it's toxic.
Yeah, it's not good. It's salty. Yeah.
Mhm.
This is all bad water.
No fish in
No.
there.
Interesting.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
And this is just some dandelions. The light coming through it, I shot, and then I softened it up, and I'm not really sure what I might have put a vignette or a gradient on it to bring out some color in it.
Mhm.
Excellent.
Just want to hold it up and blow them away.
Blowing up the texture and stuff so you can see all the little veins.
Yeah, nice. I wonder, do you need to get more hyper realistic on this? You know? Maybe something like that. Yeah, something
There
like,
you go.
yeah, that could work.
Mhm.
Anyway. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Jim Murphy.
I decided to go outside my comfort zone a little bit and do something I haven't done before, which is intentional camera movement. I think probably a lot of people have never done that. I just haven't really done it. So all 5 images are intentional camera movement. And I didn't do very good with the rotational one. I tried that too, but Mostly plants, I think they're all plants. Anyway, this is a bougainvillea and a blue flower. It's kind of pastel, kind of soft and kind of relaxing. Yep. So it's just kind of I think.
Yeah, that's great.
Soothing rhythm to it.
Mhm. What kind of shutter speed?
Hmm?
What kind of shutter speed?
Oh, that's about a second. One
About a second?
Yeah,
And just-
and then I had to, the speed you move it and all that, I didn't really have it down too good, but, at first I was going too fast and I had to slow up a little bit more.
No, okay.
So there is some technique to it, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you just gotta hit that sweet spot. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
It's nice.
It's like a sonogram.
Yeah, it was sort of three-dimensional looking.
There he is.
That was actually dirt on my sensor. I decided to leave it in.
Yeah, there you go.
It works. It sort of looks like an eye.
Yeah, it does.
I didn't put it in there.
Yeah. Sensory embryonic. There we go. Yeah, I like that.
You don't want those to spread
No,
though.
Nice. That's a good one. That's good. Yeah, that
so is this a horizontal, then
I
you,
think they work better.
you
here.
turned it?
They do.
Mhm.
You find vertical objects, it works pretty well.
It works good with trees.
Yeah,
That's-
I know you've done some, yeah.
Is that like an agave or something?
Yeah,
Yeah. That works out nice.
nice, Jeff.
What do you do with your with the exposure? Do you use a filter to bring the
Filter I woulda, coulda used a neutral density filter. I was like F32 and -3 and it's like, I had to shoot in the shade because I couldn't get it, was washing out of me.
Now that,
right?
So a neutral density would have been the way to go.
yeah, yeah. So you went all the way to your lowest ISO and minus
I'm ISO
the lowest
50, ISO
EV and yeah, and still struggled a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is saguaro cactus. You probably guess that.
Yeah. Like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I would probably taken it off center a little bit.
A little bit more on you.
Yeah. But yeah, that's working nice.
I don't remember which flower that is.
Like a painting,
You know,
Yeah.
Helen Frankenthaler, maybe? What do
Could be.
you think, Sandy?
Could be. I like the fact that you went out of your zone and
Yeah.
pushed these pretty hard. That's nice.
there is something.
Yeah. Yeah, those are real good.
Yeah,
Really fun experiment.
yeah, definitely.
I like the first one though.
Yeah, I think, oops. Back here, this one, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Jim Bowman.
Okay. Cabin in the Sky.
Yeah. So clouds in the background? Clouds?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Gotcha. All right, maybe darkening up this white a little bit might help. I don't know.
Mhm.
Let's just play around and see. Oh, I guess we could do it the old fashioned way, just throw a curve on it. And if you're not sure where this area is, there's a little target here you can grab and just kind of put it over the last area. See, it makes a little dot up here. So obviously that's at the very high end. So usually what I'll try and do is kind of lock this down a bit so nothing moves. Then we'll just pull this high end down just a little bit. You probably pull this along with it. There we go.
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then you can
good call.
you can pull the white up just a little bit so it's not so dingy. Yeah. So actually it seems to be more in here. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Big frog.
So this is a whole series of that I found on the beach with just the sand. This is a natural abstract,
Mm,
but just found these designs on the sand when the tide was coming in.
mm. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I did a whole series on these, but looks
No, good
I
for
like the frog.
you. Yeah, that's your favorite one, huh? Yeah, that's nice.
Call it Kermit.
Kermit.
Kermit, yeah. This is called Flight from Chaos.
There you go. Be nice if it was that easy. Yeah, I like your colors.
So this is yeah, this is called Sunday Sunset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's working out nicely.
So yeah, this is I don't know what to call this, but just playing around with some flowers.
It's a nice palette. Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right. Kim, are you there? Let's see if we can find her. Yeah, right. Um, are you able to see your images? Let me get the chat up. Let's see if we can find out. Looks like you're still here.
Yeah, she's there. She said yes.
Okay, you can hear me. Can you call in on a separate cell phone so I can just get, maybe I can put you on speaker? You want to call my number? Yeah, I'll give it to you in the chat. There you go. Let me get your stuff up in the meantime. Let me put you on speaker here and turn you way up. Okay.
Sounds weird.
Oh, yeah, let me mute, hang on. There we go.
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
this is from up at Taliesin West.
Taliesin West, okay. Hmm.
And I just took it and just blurred blur the images a little bit.
Let me see if I can mute myself. Hang on a second here. Where do I do that? Oh,
Yes.
yes, yeah, but I have to mute one. If I mute that, yeah, I guess you can hear me out. Yeah, when I unmute, she gets echoed, Jim.
Okay, well, that's okay. You can just mute it.
All right, well, let's try it again. Go ahead, Kim.
Didn't do much else to the other colors, just a little bit. But it was at night, so just the dark background.
Yeah, can you hear that at all, Jim?
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
Before I
Okay.
was,
All right, good. All right. Let's go to the next one.
This is one of those colorful foils the kids get it for parties and stuff. This is actually a real old picture. And so I just took it into Studio AI and, enhanced it a little bit and got rid of the noise and some of the blur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I wonder if maybe taking the center and putting a little kind of spin motion blur or something on it might be fun to play with. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of cool. All right.
This is from Desert Meadows Park.
Oh, okay.
The tile work that's by one of the gazebos.
Uh-huh.
And then I don't remember what filter I used, just to kind of blur it a little bit, blur the tiles.
Where those reds really lead you through the image.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
had rained earlier today, so they were kind of wet, which
Good.
brought out the colors more.
Yeah, I wonder if you should take that right off the top though.
I hadn't even seen that.
There we go.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
And this is a hotel in downtown Pittsburgh. We were walking around at night, and just the lighting and all the lines and stairs and everything just really caught my attention.
Interesting.
Yeah, cool.
There you go. What? You got great eyesight. Okay. Well, good, thank you. Sorry you're having technical difficulties.
I couldn't log in that way.
Okay. Let's do
Oh,
that.
okay.
All righty, have a good one. Okay, let me move you guys over here. So this is just some cloth, hanging out in the sun, and, I took pictures of that, and then I took it into Topaz and some kind of crinkle filter that was there. So it was kind of fun.
Rich color.
Yeah. It's gonna let me. Yeah, there we go. Where do you think that is? It's that metal that they grind with a spinning tool. And it's inside of an elevator. It's actually at the Tucson Museum of Art. There's a elevator that goes up, but just kind of a tight shot.
That's cool.
And then I turned sideways. It was a patch on an old water trough in a ranch. You kind of filled it in with some stuff and then bound it with some wire to keep it together. Anybody have any idea what this might be?
Tequila bottle.
It's actually a corner of a square glass and the sun's coming through it on a wood table. You can see the wood grain here. And so I'm getting all that caustic refraction on the surface. I love caustic, especially like when you're in a pool and you see it on the bottom dancing. Yeah. In the morning, it's like that, whatever glass I sit down on the table in the sunroom, it does that. So it's kind of fun. And that's just the edge of a piece of pottery I saw. It was a fountain, so this was water spilling over. Kind of get some motion.
Enlarge that just a little bit and zoom in on the.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, I love what's going on here.
Design.
Yeah, I almost cropped it tighter, to be honest with you. It's kind of fun.
Looks like a tree trunk.
Almost. Or a spider web. Drunk spider.
Spider web.
I got it set right here. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that might be fun. Okay.
Even square on it, be cool.
Yeah. This is the one that reminded me of your cloth. What do you think that is?
No idea.
That is what happens when you have your iPhone on inside your pocket and it takes a photograph. Yeah, butt shot. There you go. Thought that was kind of fun. Yeah, I was running through some images to edit from our last trip and I saw that. I went, where'd that come from? Then I figured it out because I saw it in a few other places. So, yeah. So incidental art. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Happy accident.
Accidental artist.
Yeah, really. All right. Well, let me stop sharing here and we'll quit recording.